Hey there, and welcome to a very special Easter edition of Like We Do.
In your Easter bonnet with
Neither
all
one of us have
the
Easter
frills
bonnets on, though,
apart.
right now.
No, there's no bonnets to be had.
No, neither one of us listen to, wear fancy clothes like that or anything like that. But anyways, enough of that, I think. I want to talk about some of the Easter traditions that we had as kids, or, not or, but, and the traditions. I'm going to mess that word up constantly. I'm going to make it sound like I'm drunk. Easter traditions.
That didn't sound drunk.
No, that didn't sound drunk, did it? Cerebral palsy kind of like.
Oh my God.
Anyways, the Easter traditions that we had as kids, the ones that we carried over for our children, and the ones that our children will probably carry over for their kids. And I remember when I was younger, next to Christmas, Easter was the most celebrated holiday in our house. It was very, kind of it was almost like second Christmas, only I only got chocolate for gifts, not toys. And in your house, that's 4th of July, right?
Well, that's because I spent 4th of July with my dad. Up here, I honestly don't think they did anything for 4th of July. Maybe they went to the parade. I don't really know. That was just one of my dad's holidays, so I was in Bangor.
The parades up here are awesome. I mean, 2 ATVs and a snowmobile.
Blink and you'll miss it.
I don't mean to pick on this town, but the parades.
It was better. I mean,
Yes, I'm
yes.
sure to be fair. I wasn't here when the town was booming, so.
Right. I've seen some pictures maybe when I was younger of the 4th of July parades, and they seem to probably not be as big as a city like Bangor, but I mean, they were fair.
Well, I remember, now that you say that, I remember going through the pictures way back when I worked at Katahdin Area Television, the now defunct Katahdin Area Television. And I did a video piece called, what was it called?
Oh,
Pictorial History or something like that.
Yep.
And they had parades, the 4th of July parade. And I remember, because it seems like it always ends downtown, down by the gazebo.
Yep.
And I remember seeing it packed, all of downtown just packed. It looked like it was in the 60s.
Yeah.
And it was, wall-to-wall people.
Yeah. Well, that's when our population was probably more pushing, say, 10 to 12,000 versus now where it's
10 to 12?
maybe barely 5,000. Our population has diminished.
There's not 5,000 people in this town, is there? I keep running into the same 6 people at Hannaford's.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's a stab in the dark.
okay. Well, as an Easter tradition when I was a kid, there were certain things that I know that if we don't have for like supper, lunch, because we have Easter lunch, but we call it dinner, that if we don't have it for Easter dinner, our oldest daughter cries heresy. You better have that stuff, or else she's going to have a conniption. And the one that my mother always made, and you didn't even know about it, did you, at the time when we first got together?
The one your mother made?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I'd never had those in my life.
And that's baked eggs. What you do is...
What you do?
what we do, like we do, is you take an egg, you crack it in a muffin pan, you add a little pat of butter, a little splash of milk, and you throw it in the oven until they're like a hard-boiled consistency.
Yep.
And then that's all you do. You have little baked eggs.
Yep. So you have your ham and eggs. They're delicious. I remember the first time I had them when I had Easter with Scott and his family. They're delicious, and I think people commonplace do that now. It's actually kind of a meal preppy thing where that's how they'll make mass amounts of eggs. I mean, I've seen it on Pinterest and whatnot, so it's
Oh, really?
not. Yeah, it's not as rare, I guess, anymore.
Hmm.
I don't know if it ever was rare. Maybe it's just that I had never seen it.
That could be. I don't know. I think it, and my mother could have been BSing me, but I think it kind of represented the basket, the Easter basket. You know, the white part was the basket, the yellow part was what was inside the basket.
Ew. Then you had some pretty crappy Easter baskets because that.
Well,
yolk's
no, I had a
disgusting.
regular ass basket. I had one of them too, I suppose. Don't remember that one as much. I had a regular Easter basket, so.
Yep.
But of course, the other things that we used to do with eggs is we would on Saturday night we would dye our eggs, and of course they were boiled eggs. Then we dye them with a little. Do you remember the paws? PAAS dye kit.
I remember them. Not that I did them as a child.
And I had the crappy Easter.
Right. I didn't. I'm not saying I had a crappy Easter. It just wasn't a thing. So when it's not a thing, you don't know what you're missing.
Oh, that's true. You really miss out on the ass baskets.
Yeah.
But yeah, we dye the eggs, and then my mother would she would do two things, and one, she would hide the Easter eggs. And after this particular Easter egg hunt, she started writing down where she hid the eggs because she would dye like a dozen eggs, and she would put them different places throughout the house, and we would have like this indoor Easter egg. I say we, it was only me, I was an only child, so we had this Easter egg hunt where I would find all the Easter eggs. Well, one year I could only find 11. I could only find 11 eggs.
These eggs only go to 11.
Right. And she goes, well, maybe I used one for something. I don't know. Maybe there was only 11. Well, later that summer in August, we started to smell this smell.
Ooh, that smell.
We could. You are just full of songs today.
I
You're
am.
you're melodic. You got a song for everything right ready.
I'm a Broadway musical star.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Here, let's use this word. Ass basket. Yeah, I thought so. Anyways. Well into August, and you could follow the smell, much like a cartoon. The lines were coming from, we had this built-in bookshelf area, or credenza, or whatever the hell it's called. And there it was, in all its glory, behind a couple of photo albums. And it was bad. Bad. It was a very bad egg.
Maybe my mother was smart not to hide eggs.
That could be, yeah. Well, the next year, like I said, my mother wrote down, in credenza behind this, or on the floor, near the vacuum, up in the curtain. And then after I would go searching for Easter eggs, I would have a treasure hunt for my Easter basket. And the treasure hunt's the one with the clues. I think that's what it's called, right? Treasure hunt?
I think it's more of a scavenger hunt.
Well, it could
And
be.
there's clues.
Treasure,
Same
scavenger.
thing.
There were little clues with little pieces of paper, and they would say stuff like, you're the kid I be loving. For your next clue, check in the refrigerator.
Right.
So you could have about 10 or 12 of them. Of course, the more you had, the funner it was. But eventually you found the Easter basket.
I just woke up and the basket was there. The bunny had arrived.
Your bunny was lazy.
We had. Well, did you go to church? I mean, where did you guys fit this all in? Like,
We normally did. Church was like first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
and it was normally after church.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I had all that chocolate before church.
Ah.
I couldn't eat. I could have like a piece maybe, but I couldn't do anything with it because we're Catholic. So church was by 8 o'clock in the morning, and you do that. You come home, you have breakfast. But I had my basket when I woke up,
Oh.
and mine
Yeah.
usually had candy. It had the typical stuff in it, probably a little toy or something, or some outdoorsy, springy chalk type of things. And I think usually my mother got me like a little springy type outfit that would be set beside the basket.
Oh. So you
Yeah.
got dressed for church.
No, my Easter dress was different than my spring outfit.
Oh.
Yeah, I would wear my Easter dress to
Okay.
Easter church service thing, mass,
Yeah.
Easter mass.
Now, did you do? There were. I know you being Catholic when you were younger. You did communion like every week, right?
Yeah,
See, we only did it twice, and that was at Christmas and usually on Easter that we did communion. Otherwise than that, we didn't do communion.
no, we do it every week. As long long as you're up on your confessionals, you can, with a good conscience, go up and receive communion.
Oh, see, we didn't receive. We had it right on the pews. For the longest time, there's like on the back of these pews that we had. Um, there's usually three of them on the back of the pews of three like little blocks of wood. And then within the three little blocks of wood, there's like three holes. And they put the little shot glasses of grape juice in the holes.
Amateurs.
Well, we didn't do this every week. We did it twice a year. Yeah, we didn't do wine either. We
Yeah,
did.
we had wine.
Well,
baby.
we did grape juice because
It was nasty though.
you know you can drink of the fruit but not be drunk on it. We paid attention to that. Well, we paid attention to the Bible. So, anyways, I remember the first year I did it. You don't have to go to communion or anything like that. You just got to be kind of old enough to know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and then there you go. You have your grape juice and your Ritz cracker. And
Was it really Ritz cracker?
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Ours is nasty.
Your wafers,
Whatever they are, our communions.
your Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. they were gross.
What they taste like? Were they like non-living bread, or I mean,
like-
did they have any salt to them or anything like that? Or
No, it's probably, I don't know. It's just like melty cardboard.
ew.
Yeah, it's gross.
Well,
I
that and it's been in
remember-
the priest's hands, and you never know where the priest's hands have been.
Well, he only picks it up with his finger and presents it to you. I mean, other than that, it's in a little.
I thought you like
Golden
stuck out your
case.
tongue, and he like.
You can. That's an option. I don't understand that option, but you can. You can just stick out your tongue and
Or
pre-
the
preacher man puts it on your tongue.
or the left hand over the right, or is it right over the left?
Honestly, I don't know. And why does it make a difference?
I don't know. You're the one that was Catholic, not me.
Doesn't mean I understood why I was doing.
And Jesus, even in the Bible, said he hated that. He hated the Pharisees just doing stuff because of tradition, and not because they understood what they were doing.
Right.
So,
Well, I didn't understand anything about the Catholic Church.
oh.
It was just.
But last year, I think it was last year for Easter, Samantha did kind of a treasure hunt for us with golden eggs.
Yep.
And she was kind of smart because she did both at the same time. She didn't boil eggs and do an Easter hunt. She bought the plastic eggs, and inside the plastic eggs, if you remember right, were clues to find another plastic egg.
Yep.
So unless she hid the last one in a specific place, so you wouldn't get the last one first. But all of them were kind of ambiguous to find one another. And then you would find the last plastic egg, and that led you to the big golden egg that she bought that had all kinds of candy in it for us.
Yep.
And I thought that was a neat take on what we used to do, and it kind of saves time, so you don't have to hide eggs and hide clues. And so not only did she keep that tradition, son of a bitch, I know,
all Biden.
I'm getting Biden disease. I got 2 words for you: made in America. But anyway, she kept that tradition and she added upon it and made it better, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't bring any tradition to the table. I don't think.
Yeah, what did you do besides just wake up, find your lazy ass Easter bunny basket, your spring outfit, and go to church, eat and drink stuff you hated?
Then
You went home and did what? Ate more chocolate and what?
I feel like we had a big breakfast. Maybe we had ham later that day. I don't know. I was too busy because Easter was all about getting out my bike because that signaled that it was, it's spring now. The snow has significantly melted, so it's now safe for me to ride my bike. So I could get my bike out. That was the most exciting thing about Easter, really.
Was getting out your bike.
Getting out my bike, yeah.
Wow.
I might have got a bike a time or two for Easter. I'm not sure, but
Well, that beats chocolate.
yeah.
And that grass that you just could not let the cat near that grass. The grass always wanted to be eaten by the cat, but if the cat ate the grass, the worst thing was going to happen. It was going to twist its stomach up and die.
I didn't have no animals.
That's right, you didn't, did you?
No.
I had goldfish, I had cats, I think I had a hamster once. It bit me.
I did have several sets of parents.
As pets.
No, not as pets.